Hello, everyone. Today is Monday, September 21st, and this is block number 4 for my multimedia learning class. And I wanted to show you what are the things that I have been learning in my multimedia class. This week, I have learned about more principles for using multimedia and also how to create a screencast of my lessons. That's the way that I'm doing this video today. And I wanted to show you some features of things that I have learned. So I hope that this works, and I hope you enjoy. Once again, this is Adriana Castillo for Educator Talk. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm using the feature on the side of this Google Hangout, and I'm selecting the function of share, and I'm choosing to present to everyone. I'm gonna hide this part of my screen, and then I'm gonna click here, the minimizing button, so you can see my other tabs and I can show you what I have been learning. I wanted to show you, for example, that since I've been learning about research-based principles for designing multimedia, I remember that my classmates and I contributed to a slideshow that describes some of the principles for designing presentations online. So, for example, we created something that talks about what is multimedia. And I'm going to skip really quick because I wanted to show you particularly some principles that are important when you're thinking about creating a multimedia presentation with your students. Once again, I talked about channels of multimedia processing in my last blog. In this case, a dual channel, the principle states that there are two separate channels, auditory and visual, in the way we process information. It also states that each channel has a limited capacity, and that when we learn, it's an active process of filtering, selecting, and organizing information. So we need to take that into account when we present something to students via PowerPoint. There are certain principles that we can follow, and I'm gonna keep going really quick here. So multimedia learning states that we learn with words and images, that the brain has the capacity for learning in these two channels. Through multimedia learning, we can remember, analyze, create, evaluate, apply, and understand. And we also allow our brain to use all this information and put it together for to create new knowledge. There are some principles that I have been reading about in my Richard Mayer book, and I wanted to show you just a couple of them. The segmenting principle. The segmenting principle states that students learn better when complex tasks are divided into smaller tasks. So when you're going to provide information to your students, try to create some pauses, try to give them time to think and process. I'm going to jump into, due to time, I'm going to jump into telling you about a new app that I've been using that I absolutely love. It's called Nearpod at nearpod.com. In Nearpod, you can create interactive lessons to help students stay on the same page. I created a lesson about basic introductions in Spanish. And one of my quick assessments was to ask the students to create a picture or to draw or to upload a picture in which they could demonstrate what they could remember from the presentation about introducing themselves. So for example, I have a student, her name is Lydia, and she is from San Diego. So I can see through all these pictures if my students are using spelling rules, if they're understanding grammatical rules. Students can either draw a picture or upload a picture and type in their answers. I have found this app to be very useful. Nearpod, you have a lot of preloaded presentations, and you can create reports and see how your students are doing. I just select a session that I did, and it's telling me whether they are participating in my activities and things like that. Lastly, Kahoot, it's another app where you can engage students with games. It's a group game, but students are playing individually, and there are also preloaded Kahoots, or you can create them yourselves. Anyways, I hope that you have enjoyed this presentation. And once again, reach me at educatortalk@gmail.com. Thank you.